In the burgeoning winter rain, I retraced old footsteps. I used to live not far from here in Calburn, but rarely was I to return here nowadays. Though it was still cold, it felt like spring was not far away. Tempestuous wet southerlies picked up as we climbed the old hilltop suburbs, arriving at Otari Wilton's bush. We entered what remained of the old forest. Crossing the muddy stream, we followed the track for the ancient Rimu tree. We passed a group of Spanish-speaking tourists who I could hear coming from far away through the bush, their eyes drawn to their feet. You must not speak in the forest. The thick bush was filled with the dark, moist green of panga and mamaku. There were a few of the giant rimu still standing, but if you do not look, you will not see them. I ran my hand over the bark of one of the trees. Even the two of us could not stretch our arms around its trunk. A little bit further along, we came to the biggest of them all, Moko. She was the oldest of the rimu, perhaps 800 years old. She had seen all of this come and go, 40 generations. We stood there for a while, appreciating her form that stretched up through the canopy of the forest and towards the sky. A tiny carving of Tane sat next to her, looking up in awe. We left Moko and came to the end of the old world. We crossed a fence line and left the dark forest for a stand of pine trees, planted in symmetry with the lofty brightness of a living room. We emerged out onto the rolling farmland of the skyline that stretched all the way to Makara. It was a stark difference. There were no more trees, just thorny gorse bushes and grass. I had never seen so many rabbits in my life, hundreds of them, everywhere, surprisingly fearless. There were black rabbits that looked like urban escapees that had bred with the wild ones, just like me. There was no cover from the rain as it lashed across the naked land and the memory of the burn. How much had been lost here, I wondered. On a precarious and undercut ledge next to the wide track were the remains of a brick chimney where a farmhouse once stood, here at the edge of the world. Old man pine, high-voltage pylons, dirty clay. Even the rain was filthy on this side of the fence. I could not see any cattle beasts nor sheep, but rabbits had kept the grass as trim as a golf course fairway. In its dominated form, the land held no secrets anymore, no mystery, no spirit. The birds do not fly here. What does it mean to have that dark forest as an enemy? We pity it now, for we are the victors. Nature has been forever conquered and dominated, subjugated. Without her as our nemesis, are we incomplete? Are we wanting?